All righty. Okay. So I'm going to move a couple things. We're actually going to start standing. So if you want to get yourself upright and kind of situated so that you have a good view from where you're at. I have my mat down here. So to start, I'm just going to face you because I kind of want to check in and see where everyone's at. Also know that you can turn your camera off, right? So if you just want to be in your space and you want to listen and see me, but not necessarily have me see you, that's totally fine. You can just turn your camera right off as well. Okay, so let's just start with just what we know tried and true. Let's just get our arms moving, get some breath going. And I want you to inhale, arms up. And just exhale, letting them come down. Good. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, come down. One more. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Now just take one arm and make a big circle like you're doing the backstroke and let your eyes follow. And then let's take the other arm, backstroke, let your eyes follow. So just starting to initiate some rotation and the neck and the upper back. Letting those knees stay soft. Good. Last one, big circle back. Good. Taking those arms out to the side. So go ahead and reach to the very far corners of the space that you're in this morning. And I want you just to start rocking side to side. So we're doing this just to feel, where are our feet, right? Like what are they connecting to? We're all on different surfaces today. So if you're on a pretty plush mat, we know that that can add a little more challenge, right? A little less stability there. And as you're going side to side, let's do our little pause. Woo. And then rock to the other side. Can you find a moment of pause? And then rocking to the other side, little moment of pause. And last one, little moment of pause. And then coming in. Get a nice wide stance into the feet. We're going to reach your arms forward. So reach to me. And then we're going to open just one arm. So as you open the arm, keep your eyes on your hand. And then take that arm up overhead. Keep your eyes on your hand and bringing it back to center. Now take the other arm up overhead. Let your eyes follow your fingers. And then arm out to the side. Arm is reaching. And then hand back to center. Do one more each way. Follow your fingers up. Follow your fingers out. And then back to center. Last side, follow your fingers up, follow your fingers out, and then back to center, and lowering the arms. Taking those arms out wide again, reach for the sides of the room, and let's go into some of those really lovely windmills. I've needed this more in the last few days than probably ever before, right? Obviously, in getting to this point, it's a lot of computer work. And I am typically a mover. So this feels awesome. And it also feels lovely to see all of you moving. I see a few of you have your camera off, and that's okay. Good. Last 3, 2, 1, and arms lower down. Good. Take a big breath in. Inhale those arms over the head. And now exhale, diving yourself forward. This could be with a flat back or a rounded back. So pick the one that serves you best. Woo! Hamstrings. And then slowly rolling your way up. Shoulders roll back. Inhaling again, taking the arms up overhead. And exhale, rounding down. And now a little sway side to side. So just a little to and fro. As you go side to side, just letting arms feel loose, head feels loose. I think it feels excellent in my lower back. Just a nice stretch. And then return to the top, whether it be rounded back or flat back. And just bring yourself into some nice and easy, just get into those shoulders. So just roll those shoulders. I know you guys can see me. What I love is that I'm also seeing little people moving. I see Brady there. Hi, Brady. All right. Okay, so find that wide stance. I'm just going to stay facing you. I think it's the best view for now. Everybody agree with that? Can you give me a thumbs up? I want to make sure you can see me okay. All right. So I want you to take your arms out, reaching them forward. And then you're going to sit your butt back like you're going to reach into a stool, right? So if I'm going from the side, I'm reaching back into that tail. And then from this position, I'm just going to do little pulses. So I'm just lining up my lower body. Ooh, I see Ian there too. Hey, buddy. Good, little pulses. Now for all of us, can we think of just letting our arms feel a little heavier? Almost like our arms get to sit on a shelf in front of us, and we don't have to put a lot of effort into holding the arms there. Good. 4, 3, 2, little hold, stay right there. Let the arms come down, and as the arms come up, we're gonna stand up tall. And then as the arms come down, we're gonna sit back. And then arms come up, and then sitting back. 2 more, arms come up, and then sitting back. We're gonna hold it right there. You stay, I'm just turning to you. Now lift one heel off the floor. So take a heel up, set it down. Take the other one up, set it down. And now go a little quicker. Heel lift, 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 lift. Ooh, this will get you warm. I'm like tacky. Lift, lift, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels, take them up, put them down. Take them up, put them down. See if you cannot get any taller. Can you just lift your heels so that I don't see you coming up and down? Stay low, just lift those heels. 4, 3, 2, hold them up there, little pulses. Squeeze the buns, lift, lift. Little baby squats, lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Shake those legs out. I'm gonna come closer. Can you guys doing well? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well and you can see me okay from where you chose? Awesome. All right, so take those arms back out to the sides. You still shake out those legs a bit if you need to. So we're gonna do 3 motions here. So starting with circles. So find that reach, right? So it's really important that we wanna feel that length happening. Good, so keep reaching. And then go the other way around. Good, keep reaching. And then we're gonna take those fingers, stretch them out, and then flip the palms up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your one hand where it's at. You can pick. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna go right hand first. I'm gonna bring my elbow in, and then I'm gonna act like I'm shooting a free throw. And then bring my elbow in, my palm faces me, and then act like I'm shooting a free throw. So in, twist, in, twist, in, twist, in, twist, in, twist. This catches up with you quick. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that arm out there. Palm is up. Now the other one. Pull the elbow in, shoot, in, shoot, in, shoot, in, shoot, in, shoot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms reach out, palms down, and stretch through those fingers. Get as wide as you can in your frame there. All right, so come to stand with your feet just a fist width apart from each other. And I want you just to slide your right leg out to the side. Now notice, if you're kind of seeing the line here of my body, that I didn't just go over into that hip. So stay nice and tall, and now just start picking up that right foot. Up and down it goes, and you're trying to stay as tall as you can. So when that standing leg hip goes out to the side, we know that's a weakness out here. So we gotta really pull that in and let that leg continue to move up and down. It's gonna start burning probably more on the standing leg. 3, 2, keep that leg lifted. Now circles here. Good. If you have to tap your foot down, well, then you have to tap your foot down. Go the other way, circle the opposite direction. Keep your standing knee slightly soft. Don't lock that thing. And then come to stand. Drop your arms, shoulder rolls. Anybody feeling their shoulders? And if you've been doing the plank challenge, my shoulders have been like feeling it. All right, shake them out. Arms are going back out wide. Take up as much space as you can. Just width apart with the feet. Slide that left leg out to the side. Now again, kind of check in with that hip. You're going to pull it in and now start lifting that foot off the floor. Typically, we can tell which side we're a little more efficient. Good. This tends to be my harder side because I'm right-handed. So it's like, oh, that hip is a little bit harder to contain in there. Last 3, 2, keep it lifted, circles. Tap down in between the circles if you need to. Little circles. Go the other way. Woo. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo. Give those shoulders a little, come around in that a little bit. Okay, it's just fixing a little mute feature. Okay, all right. Now, we were talking all about hips, and it's all about my shoulders. Is this because of my plank challenges, or are all of you feeling shoulders? Thumbs up. Yeah. So don't worry, there's, yeah, of course, it's of course the man, let's be honest, right? We always notice this, the guys' upper bodies, right? They need more than us. I love it, that's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go into some standing, rolling down, out to plank, coming back in, standing up, roll down, out to plank, standing up. And so what I want you to be aware of is after 2, we're gonna end up on our stomachs. So at that point, I'm gonna lower down kind of our filming, and you also may need to make just a slight adjustment once we get onto the floor, okay? All right, inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, roll down. Walk your hands out to plank. Find that plank position, get nice and long. Good, take a breath in, pike the hips up. And then walk your hands back to your feet and round yourself all the way back up. Good, inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, roll down. Walk your hands out. Find your plank position. Good, get nice and long there. Hey, if you're feeling spunky, add a few push-ups. Then pike your hips up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back to your feet. Find those straight legs there, get a good hamstring stretch, and then round yourself up. I want you to know, it's like most of you in here, I know your bodies so well, I could just picture what some of you just did. You kept your knees real bent, you rounded up because you tried to avoid the hamstring stretch. One more, inhale, arms up. Exhale, rounding down. Walk your way all the way out to plank. Hold that plank position. We will not be doing the challenges in this class because they are really long and got to do when someone feels most comfortable doing it. And on this last breath, I want you to lower yourself down as slowly as possible to the floor. Excellent. All right, so once you're there, if you want to move, you can honestly move your recording device. If you want to move your, well, for you guys, it's not recording, for your computer or your phone, if you need to prop a little lower. All right, so we're going to come into our swan position. Good, it looks like everybody, I can see you, so I think you can see me. All right, so forehead to the mat, palms are out by the sides of the shoulders. So from this position, I want you to start by imagining you're peeling your body off through the front and pressing up into those hands. Now at this time, you can always walk your hands a little further forward to decrease the severity of what the back bend feels like, right? So take a breath in. And on the exhale, start rolling the spine down. Coming back up, press through the hands, lifting that chest up. Most of you are really familiar with this series, right? So if you can't see me the whole time, I'll do my best just to be on point with my words. Roll the spine down. We're gonna stay up this time, so press up, and we're gonna pause right there. Push firmly into the heels of your hands, pick up your abdominals, and let one hand float off the floor. And then set that hand down, and then let the other hand float up. And set it down. One hand comes up, and set it down. Other hand comes up, and set it down. One more, keep that hand lifted. Now, can we open that arm out to the side and let our eyes follow? And then bring our hand back to center, eyes follow, and place it down. Taking the other hand up, let your eyes follow. Ooh, and back to center and down. One more each way. One arm floats up. Let your eyes follow your hand. Back to center and down. Final one, take the hand up. Let your eyes follow, and then back to center and lowering down. Roll all the way down. Great, you all can stay right where you're at. I'm just gonna make a slight shift of my neck. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and place your hands beneath your forehead so that you have a nice little resting spot. We're actually gonna go right into the rear end. So in this resting spot, you can keep your forehead down unless you need to take a peek. I'm just going to stay looking towards you so you can hear me okay. So I want you to think of first bending the left knee. And we're going to reach through the heel, then the toes. So I'm just pointing and flexing and just moving through that ankle. Now I want you to stay flexed so the heel is reaching to the ceiling. Now, keeping your right leg light, lift the left thigh off the floor. Little lift. Now I have dark pants and a dark mat, so I'm not sure that you can see much of my lift. I'm taking my left thigh off the mat to the best of my ability, feeling my buttocks do the work, not letting my right leg push down to help me. So notice if you're doing that, if you kind of do the heave ho, push into your right to lift your left, try to let your right leg just be there resting. Last 3, 2, and 1. Stretch the leg out, keep your thigh lifted so my thigh is up, and then little pulses. Squeeze, squeeze, you're squeezing your butt muscles to lift your leg. 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften the leg down. Bend your right knee, and flex and point. Flex and point. So just move the ankle. You could even do ankle circles here if that felt good. Just moving that joint. Stay flexed. Your heel is what's reaching. Now relax that left leg and lift the right thigh. And lift the right thigh. Lifting the right thigh. Let's go 4. Good. 3, 2. Keep it lifted. Keep that left leg light. Now reach your right leg long. Reach through your toes. And little pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep pulling in your low abs and keep lifting that right leg by squeezing your right side buttocks. 3, 2, 1. Done. Set the leg down. Good. Why don't you give yourself a quick stretch back into child's pose. So you can do this with wide knees. Oh yeah. Or narrow knees. Reach your tailbone to your heels and reach your fingers as far away from your knees as possible. And then we're going to come right onto all fours. So for all fours, we're going to start with just the simple lift your right hand barely off the floor. Feel the weight shift into your right knee. Now pick up your left knee. So we're balancing on our left hand and right knee. And then put those limbs down. Now take up your left hand. Feel the weight shift into your left knee. And now just try to slightly lift the right knee without wiggling too much. And set it down. So of course, if I just gave you the freedom to wiggle as much as you want and lift opposites, it wouldn't be so hard. The goal is though, right, that I have something on my back that's containing water and I don't want it to spill, right? That's the imagery that I use. So coming back to it, let your right hand float. Now try not to let me see you move. Can you pick up the left knee? Ooh, now I'm shaking. And then set those limbs down. Take your left hand up. Try not to let me see you move. Pick up your right knee. I wish you could see me vibrating. And then setting those limbs down. Fantastic. All right. Tuck your toes under behind you. Right there in your hands and knees. Pick up your knees. Find a little knee hugger. Little lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back to plank. Get nice and long. Don't let that butt swoop down or keep that butt up in the air. Get nice and long. And now bend the elbows, lowering down, down, down. Slide your hands forward a bit, and we're back to swan. And lowering down. And we're back up, and lowering down. Last one, back up. Let's do those arm lifts. So lift one arm, place it down. Lift the other. As you keep going side to side, recognize how you feel your butt muscles kicking in, right? The opposite glute stabilizes you. So again, we don't want to be rocking around doing this. Can we stay nice and steady? And let those arms lift. And lift. And lift. And then lower all the way down. You're going to slide your arms out in front of you. And we're going to go into swimmer. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg here. And place them down. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Place it down. I want you to keep going. And I want you to think about what you feel in your upper back to the opposite side of your buttocks. So think less about fingers and toes and think about what's happening in your trunk. Can you feel a shoulder blade contract to pull your arm up? And can you feel your buttocks on the other side contract to lift your leg up? So try to find that connection that's in your trunk versus just fingers and toes. Good, last 3. How about hover your head now? Hover your head off the floor, good. Now speed it up. So it's swimmer, you're kicking your way down the pool. Kick, 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 arms and legs, arms and legs. Keep pulling your tummy muscles inward. Kick, 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 kick. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Good. Stretch back into child's pose. Give that low back a nice little stretch. How about this time when you're in child's pose, you just walk your hands off to one side. I can totally picture all of you in my mind. I'm trying not to give you any verbal cues by name. And then over to the other side. All right, make your way back to the center. So on all fours we are going, stretch those fingers out nice and wide. And you're gonna take either knee, it doesn't matter. You're gonna take one knee and lift it off the mat. And I want you to open your hips with it. I'm gonna open right up to you. And then lowering down. Lift a knee, open your hips with it. And lower down. I would say stay on both of your hands, so don't be tempted to get up off of the heel of your hand. Open that leg, twist the spine. A little doggy at the fire hydrant. Open your leg, twist the spine. Good, last 3. Open the leg, twist the spine. Now open the leg. Can you keep the leg out there, but now start making your pelvis become square to the floor. Woo, it's a lot of ab work. Open the hips. Now keep that knee open and turn your pelvis toward the floor. Lots of work in upper body. Now pulse that knee up. Up, up, up. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Woo, you can sit into that if needed. You can stay right where you're at if you like. I'm gonna quick turn around. So hands and knees. And we're gonna let that knee lift and the hips turn open with you. And then down you come. And then lift the knee, rotate the pelvis, and then down you come. And lift and rotate, and down everything comes. This time, lift and rotate. Now try to keep your knee as far out there as possible, and can you just turn so that your pelvis is getting level with the floor? And then open everything up. So it's really about your pelvis moving on this hip or on the thigh bone of the one that's still touching the floor. So we open, hold that knee up there, try to turn, 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 turn. Open and rotate. One more time. Try to keep the knee up there as high as you can to get your hips level with the floor. Now pulse the knee up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Again, personally, I'm getting some shoulders. It's the plank shoulders. All right, so we're gonna go into side lying. Why doesn't everybody, if it's okay, why doesn't everyone go to the right side? Just so it makes it a little easier for explaining. All right, so the place we're gonna start is up on the elbow. And the knees can start bent. So instead of your legs straight, bend those knees for me. And then I would take just a glance down, and we're trying to do our best to have our knees in line with our hips. So I don't want my knees forward to all of you. I want to pull my knees back. So I'm trying to be as best I can in this straight line. Elbow underneath the shoulder, very important, right? So we're going to work that shoulder, but we don't want to start out here and put that undue stress under our shoulder. We're going to put positive stress on it to get it stronger, but we want a good setup. All right, take that upper arm toward the ceiling. The work is going to start here in the waist. So as you take a breath in to prepare, exhale, feel everything tighten as you breathe your air out, and then lift your hip off the floor. Try to really pull in from the waist, and then setting the hip down. This gives you a couple to get your arms situated. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Feel that waist. And down you come. One more coming up. Exhale, lift. Now we're going to go down a bit, but not getting comfortable. Pick it back up. Down and up. So this is the time to get a little sassy in the hips and waist. Don't just be working from your shoulder. Think waist and butt, like you're trying to wag your dog tail. Good. 4, 3, 2, keep it lifted, and then lower down. Slide that bottom arm out, lower your head, and stretch your legs out long. Good. You're going to take the legs simply up and down. And see if you can keep the top of your foot facing forward versus facing the ceiling. Good. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it elevated. Now reach a little longer, like you're trying to get to that far wall, and small circles. You don't want to have to use this hand too much. Keep this hand light. Use your trunk for the stability and keep your circle small. Go the other way. I'm getting a toe cramp, so if I flex, that's why. And reverse it again. Last time, reverse, keep reaching. Remember, we started with length, keep it there. Reach into those last 3, 2, 1, hold it. Now reach through your heel and turn that top toe down into the arch of the bottom foot. And now lift up and down. The toe hits the arch, the heel lifts to the ceiling. Toe to the arch, heel to the ceiling. And lift, lift. Let's speed it up. We'll keep it pretty small and fast. Lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, keep it lifted. Pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch into that hip. I see many of you also using the meat tenderizing method here of pounding out the muscle. All right, you're welcome to roll to the other side. You had a visual of where we're going, or like me, you can swing your legs around the other way. Yes, I see people losing layers. I am also very warm. All right, so let's start off on the elbow, and the knees are bent. But just remember the two critical parts were, I was going to try not to let my knees come to all of you. I want to pull my knees back in line with my hips to the best of my ability. Tight quadriceps get in the way of that. And then elbow right underneath my shoulder. Top arm is up. All right, so inhale to prepare. Exhale, float the hip off the floor. Feel it around the waistline. Imagine a tight belt lifting you up. And then lowering down. Exhale, lift the hip off the floor. And lower down. Exhale, lift the hip up. Now we're not going to lower down to rest. We just lower a bit and lift it up. So here's where you can kind of think you have a tail and you're just wagging your tail. Wag it to the floor, then the ceiling. Feel that little twist even in the waist. Lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Slide the bottom arm out. Lengthen the legs to straight. Taking that top leg up and down. And again, thinking of the front of the foot facing forward. So you're forward versus to the ceiling. So we're just trying to get right back into the exact standing hip work we did. If you remember back though, we were feeling a lot of fatigue, most of us anyways, were feeling fatigue in our shoulders with that hip work. Keep that leg lifted. Now stretch it a little further away from you. Reach through the toes, little circles. Tiny circles, keep those abs drawn in, and then reverse it. Good, keep it small enough that you don't feel like your trunk is wobbling all over the place. Oh, keep keep reaching through these last few. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna rotate, so reach through your heel and then turn the big toe down into the arch. Lift up through the heel and down, toe to the arch. Lift up and down, up and down, up and down. Woo, there's some heat building there. We're gonna speed it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hang out at the top. Pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, smile. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Oh, go ahead and bend that knee in front of you and give yourself a nice little massage. So thumbs up if you could feel your glutes. Okay, we're on the same page. Okay, well, everybody roll onto your backside. We're gonna go into abdominal. So if you wanna rearrange yourself in any way, take the time to do that. I will do the same. I'm making sure that you all can see me and I can see you. Good. Okay, so I would love for you to start with your hands down by your sides. I'm going to use my hand towel. It's just a small little lift beneath my head. So hands by your sides, let your palms face your body, and then really push firmly like you're trying to like karate chop the floor. So I want you to do that so that you get a nice connection to the upper arm and into your back as well. So from this position, let's just get all going on the same page first. We're going to do one-legged tabletop, and then we're going to let them switch. So I just want to have everybody get a sense of, am I comfortable in the space I'm at? Can I see okay? Would I like to use that towel? Good. We're all moving in environments that maybe we wouldn't typically move in, right? So we've got to just spatially get ourselves organized. All right, so staying right there, up in tabletop. Let's extend one leg long and then switch and switch. Good, so of course, this always ups the challenge. So at any time, you can always take more of the tabletop approach versus a straight leg approach, right? Always a great modifier. So now with both legs in tabletop, I want you to envision that right beneath you on the floor here is a clock, right here in front of my pelvis. So with our legs in tabletop, what I want you to do is drop down real close to your butt, and that's 6 o'clock. And then bring your feet back up. Now reach out further away and see if you can touch 12 o'clock. And then pick it back up. Now drop close to your tail, there's 6. And pick it back up. Reach far away, there's 12. Pick it back up. And then just drop your feet down for a moment. Okay, so can we just think through a minute what's happening in our pelvis, right? This sort of feeling. It's hard, I know, it's tough to see maybe because of my dark shirt. But when I reach away, right, I have a nice gap here. So I want to be mindful that I'm not feeling this rocking sensation. And that might mean that for me, I need to just think of drawing my navel down and letting my low back stay on the mat. Okay? So the leg movement should not be something you're sacrificing and having any discomfort in your low back while you're doing. Okay? So then you would want to draw that low back downward so that you don't get that kind of feedback. Okay, so I'm going to add on. I just want to make sure everybody kind of remembered those tried and true ways of working through this lower body stuff and not having any like it in the low back. All right, karate chop the floor. Legs in tabletop. Drop down to 6 and up. Reach out to 12 and up. So we're going 6 and 12. Remember, you can make your clock as big as you'd like. So maybe 12 is almost straight legs for you. We're going to 12, then come back up. Now moving over to 3, and then over to 9, and over to 3, and over to 9, and 3, and 9, come to the top. Now we're going 12, then 3, down to 6, over to 9, up to 12, and reverse it. Going 12, over to 9, then to 6, over to 3, reach out to your 12, and bring the legs back to tabletop and lower the feet to the floor. Woo! Okay, I'm hot. All right, so we're gonna level it up. Hands behind your head. Okay, so everybody push their heads down into your hands like you're pinning them there and you're trying to pull your arms out. Oh, it's so hard to do because you're pushing down into your head or into your hands. All right, so find that pressure down, but now we're gonna let our abdominals that run this way win. So keep pushing into your hand and feel your abs win the competition, but you're still pushing back into your hands. So find that dynamic. You can push harder with the head and then think, no, 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 more upper abs, I'm shaking. And then draw the legs to tabletop. Here we go, going out to 12, 3, we'll go 6, then 9, and 12 to the top. We're reversing it. 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, and then lowering down out of the curl. Take a breath in. Exhale, press downward while lifting. Ooh, well, I'm shaking. Take your legs to tabletop. Draw that lower back down into your mat if needed. Now our clock is out there on the wall in front of us. Reach out to 12 and bring your knees back in. Reach over to 3 and maybe a hip lifts, but stay in control through your abs and back in. And then you're low at your 6 and back in. Reach to that other side. Reach, reach, reach without hopefully falling over. And back in. And back up to 12. And then lowering back down. Okay, we are going 2 more times around the clock. This part is your choice. You can either work off the clock that's on the wall, or you can work off the clock that's on the floor. Okay, 2 rounds though, so maybe you want 1 of each. Okay, here we go. Take a breath in. Exhale, floating up into your mini sit-up. Draw your legs to tabletop and decide where your clock is. Inhale to prepare. Everybody reach for your 12 o'clock. And in, then to 3. And in, then to 6. And in, then to 9. And back in, up to 12. Bring your legs in. We're going in reverse. Start at your 12 o'clock. So go 12. Bring your legs in. Go 9. Just going in reverse. And 6. Over to 3. Woo! Up to 12. Stay at your 12. Wherever your 12 is, you're going to go from 12 to 6. 12 to 6. 12 to 6. Last one to 6. And everybody's feet to the floor and lowering down. Woo! Oh yeah, I see some more layers coming off, Jane. I see that. She had her green Pilates and Holland sweatshirt on, I think. All right. Whew, yeah, that got me warm, no doubt. Okay, so we're gonna do a little oblique action with the same adding of the clock down the road. Hands behind your head. Do you wish you were at the studio so you could check what time it is right now? All right, take yourself into mini sit-up. Now just your left leg is coming to tabletop. Your right leg is gonna go straight and hover off of the floor. So let your right leg go straight, there we go, and hover it up. Good. Now turn your chest towards your bent left thigh and knee. So reach in that direction with your ribs. Now what I don't want to see, right, is just your elbow reaching there, because that's kind of false information about your rotation. And now switch, let the chest reach to the opposite knee. And the chest reaches to the opposite knee. So I think rib to knee. And then I think rib to knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs to tabletop and lower everything down. Woo! Okay, here comes the clock. Hands behind your head. Exhale, float your way up. Good, draw those legs to tabletop. Now we're gonna rotate the chest toward a knee. So I'm gonna come to you so I can see you. Now I'm staying there. And now from this position, I'm going back to the clock. Reach out to 12 and in, over to 3 and in, down to 6 and in, over to 9. Be careful not to roll over if you're going the same direction. And back in and up to 12. Rotate your chest the other way. Bend your knees, go to 12. Then 3, whoa, down to 6. Over to 9, reach up to 12, and everything comes back to the middle. Woo, as feeling it. Yes, feel free to pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a little rock side to side, and then everyone's gonna come up to a seated position. You can see my imprint on my mat from my shoulder blades from my sweat. All right, so just come to face where you can see, but you're just facing forward. So it doesn't matter if I see you from the front or from the side. Either is fine. Okay, so let's extend the arms out. So just reaching them forward. You can soften your knees, right? So if hammies are a little tight, we just soften our knees here. So from this position now, I want you to start this idea of rolling back. Yes, you guys are gonna, most of you just did what I'm gonna do, and I think I'll turn to the side. So you're gonna start to roll back and hollowing out the abdomen, and then coming up. So we're just gonna go little miniatures like we're going to the waistband. Exhale, rolling down, and then rolling up and sit tall. Now this can also be a hinge, right, where you're not rolling. So if that's a better fit for your low back, you just hinge back slightly so that you go, oh, there's my abs, and then you come back up. Otherwise, roll or hinge, either works. You're just trying to stimulate those lower abs. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Find that little roll or hinge back, stay right there. One more time, we take an arm up, let your eyes follow. Take an arm out, let your eyes follow, and back to center. Arm and eyes up, arm and eyes out, and back to center. One more each way. You can always push your heels together here. So I have my heels pinched together because it helps me find my lower abs better. And around we come. And then everyone heads to the mat. Get there in a safe manner on your backs. Excellent. Hands behind your head. Bonus abs. Take your knees to a back position. You know all of the pieces here. So they're going to string together. Exhale, lift. Tabletop legs. Reach to 12. And in. Reach to 3. Reach to 6. Reach to 9. Back up to 12. Back to 9. Down to 6. Over to 3. Up to 12. Down to 6. Up to 12. Find the low abs. This could be in tabletop, remember. Down and up. You got 2 to go. And the last one, up is where we'll end. Oh! Oh, stretch those legs out. Stretch those arms out. Reach, 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 reach. Why doesn't everyone roll over? And we'll give an adequate stretch to those abs by going into swan. So if you lift this way, right, you're stretching through the front of the body. You can go pretty far forward with your arms, right? So I don't necessarily want you like way up into swan. Let your arms be pretty far forward so you just feel your low abs get a stretch while you pick them up. Good. And then lowering down. Excellent. Let's get into our last child's pose. And I would go wide knees and reach one. Let's go right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches underneath your right armpit. And just give yourself a little twist. Oh, let that heart rate come down. That ab work was something. And then go ahead and stretch the left arm forward, dive the right arm underneath. All right, well, while your bodies are all abuzz, why don't you find yourself into a comfortable position on your backside? So, I mean, truly because, like I said, we're home, we have everything at our disposal. So oftentimes laying on your back, it feels really nice to slide a pillow underneath your knees. That always feels really great. And you can leave for a minute and go get what you want. It's not going to be disruptive if now you're thinking, I wish I had such and such. So go grab what you would like. Maybe a pillow underneath your head. Now I know that we're warm right now, but many of you know that as soon as you cool down, sometimes it feels good to have that layer handy again, or even to have just a light blanket you can throw on top of yourself once you're on your back. So why doesn't everyone get to that position? I just wanted to make sure I could see all of you and wait for anybody who left to get anything. All right, so I'm just going to use my hand towel. But I do think I'm going to grab a pillow to put in my office next time because I do love that under my knees. So I'm just going to get myself nice and comfy. And I just, for the first few, just want you to roll your shoulders around. So let's just let those move for us. We have all been carrying a lot on our shoulders. I don't care what your family situation is. This is an absolutely difficult time for all of us. Everybody has their own personal challenges within their own lives. And you've all been in my prayers every single day. And just let those shoulders now feel heavy. Now, I definitely have the Pilates buzz going on right now. I can feel like a little vibration from my feet. I think all the way up to my scalp. I'd like you to turn your palms open so that they're open to the ceiling. And you can let your legs be as wide as what feels comfortable. And maybe you just let your toes fall out to the sides. And we're really just going to take this chance now to come into just connecting with breathing for the feeling of relaxation. So let yourself inhale through your nose, letting the belly rise. And as you exhale, let the belly fall. Inhale. Fill that tummy up. It shows me how good that diaphragm is working. And then exhale, let the belly fall. So you breathe in and out as it feels best for you. And letting that belly move. It's just showing us how strong our diaphragm is. Our diaphragm pulls down like a vacuum when we breathe in, and it just pushes all of our organs forward, which gives us that pot belly. And then when we exhale, we're using that strong diaphragm. It pushes up to get all the air out. That's where we feel everything narrows and our breath leaves us. So exercise that diaphragm. We have all naturally been not using our diaphragms probably to their fullest over this last week of events. Let that diaphragm move for you. It is a muscle that needs to be activated and worked and released, just like any other muscle in your body. So continue just to give yourself a few more breaths. And then I want you to start thinking about your toes. Give them a wiggle. Maybe move those ankles. And then just let the feet just lay. Recognizing that in this position, we are fully supported, right? We're in our homes, and our homes built onto the earth, right? And the earth holds us here. That we do not have to hold any particular muscles to assume any kind of shape in the body. We're just letting the earth hold us here. And imagine just a nice wave of energy. Maybe sometimes it's easiest for me when I just picture like a whole ray of light starting from my toes. And I picture in my mind the light comes up over our feet and washes over our ankles and coming up our legs, passing over our knees, our thighs, and our pelvis. And everywhere that light has touched, those muscles all have permission to just be. They're heavy to the earth. And that light begins to travel up over our bellies and washes over our chests and down our arms and into our hands and fingers. And as that light has washed over our trunk, take a couple deep breaths in. Breathe in that beautiful bright light you envision that has washed over you. Letting that white light now wash over our upper shoulders, our necks, shining right on our faces and shining right over our whole heads. Our bodies are just lit up with light. And breathe in that light. And as you exhale, your body feels heavier.
Keeping your eyes closed, just find your way to rolling onto a side. It doesn't matter which side. Just let yourself roll over. Maybe bring your knees in towards your chest. And we're going to continue to breathe, picturing now how that bright light would come to us entering through our upper backs. And as we exhale, the air would leave us through the front. And I want you to picture a bright, beautiful pastel color enters through your back. And out the front, maybe we let go of the gray, the thick. Inhale, picture that bright color. Exhale, breathing out the things we don't need to carry. Continue to let that breath enter you from the back and leave you from the front. Now, as you breathe in through your back, just letting your mind feel at ease at this time, we just want you to choose a word that you can keep with you today. So when we find those moments where we're lacking normalcy, we can be grounded back into this moment where we've connected with our body in the past. We know how this feels. We know how good we feel for doing it and for honoring the fact that we still need to take care of our vessels. And find a word that just sits with you that you can come back to today when you're feeling maybe some of that energy starting to get away from you. And everyone is welcome to stay exactly where they are and relax for a bit. You can go ahead and remove us if you'd like. If you want to just have some quiet time now at home, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and stop the class for today, and all of you will receive this later, and I hope that word comes back to you.